Hey there, Sunil here. Welcome back to my channel once again. And in this quick video, I will be going over how exactly, if you change your mind, you can change your reality. Now, of course, it's been a long time since I uploaded. I've been dealing with some shit, of course, but hey, I'm back. Man, I've told this a lot of times before, but hey, I'm back. Anyway, you know. Let's go ahead. I've been busy. I've been doing some shit. I know that these are some fucking excuses, but hey, I'm here anyway. Let's get started. Right. So the mind is the biggest and greatest weapon that anybody has, right? If you're a human being, your mind, right, shall be your greatest weapon or your worst enemy, depending on how you use it. Now it's like a knife, right? You can use that knife to cut vegetables, to cook food, or you can take it and stab someone and go to jail. It depends on how you use it, right? But at the end of the day, it's just a tool. The knife is a tool at the end of the day. You can kill someone with it or cook vegetables, cut vegetables and cook food with it, so you can feed kids at the orphanage. You know, the tool remains the same. It's a sharpened piece of metal at the end of the day, right? The mind is pretty much the same. It's your tool, right? It's your tool that allows you survival. If used properly, your ability to thrive as well. It influences how you perceive your world, the actions you take. Because it influences the actions that you take, it influences the results that you see. Input gets processed into an output, pretty much how a machine works, right? What many struggle with is the fact that they are unable to motivate themselves to do the actions that they need to do. They are unable to attack their to-do list with ferocity because you need ferocity and speed to achieve anything worthwhile in life. But most are unable to do that, including myself. I've faced this problem, this challenge countless times because of uh, a core fucking reason, right? This is the core fucking reason why this happens all the damn time. It's because of your brain's so-called comfort zone, what it's used to. Now, if you're used to being lazy and having poor habits when it comes to diet, sleep, and exercise, then that will be your normal, right? That will be written in your brain as your comfort zone, and that'll be pretty much what you're used to doing, when it comes to everyday activities. Your brain is trying to ensure that you don't deviate from this comfort zone and the activity list that you're always used to thinking and doing. This is a survival mechanism, basically, that has enabled us to live for thousands of years now. But the problem is, in modern society, it rather impedes us than enabling us to survive and thrive in many cases. The things that you're used to thinking and doing forms your self-identity. And only if you change this self-identity can you change yourself. Now let's go over this, right? How can you change your self-identity? You first start off with understanding and analyzing what are the aspects of life with which you are unsatisfied with. That could be how fit you are, how your sleep habits look like, how your income looks like, and so on. And what you do next is you write out and analyze your current lifestyle and habits. That leads us to the equation, which is current lifestyle and habits is equal to current results and outcomes. Current input equals current output, right? That leads to the current output. Whatever inputs that you put in leads to the outputs that you have, the results that you have, and the outcomes that you have. If you change the input, you change the output, i.e. the outcomes. Now, imagine your ideal self, right? What would be his ideal body fat at? What would be his everyday thoughts? What would he be thinking? What would be he thinking about every single day? And what would be his everyday actions? Does he work out every day, meditate, read, journal? Does he focus on business, or does he focus on that particular sport that he wants to become better at? Basketball, boxing, football, rugby, whatever the fuck you want, work on his business with full force and focus. What does he do? What would be his everyday actions? What the fuck does he do every single day? What is his everyday action? What does he do in every single minute, every single hour? How does he time block? And so on, right? Write them all down. Write them all down in a piece of paper or in a fucking Word document or in a notepad or in a Notion document or whatever that you prefer, or in your iPad or in your graphic tablet or whatever it is. And then you use that data to write out a list of actions that you're supposed to do every single day. You take that input, that list, and you turn that into a to-do list, right? And then you act on that list. That's what you do. However, just like in exercise, warm-up is critical. You don't go 12 rounds of sparring before you even do the warm-up, right? You gotta start off with the warm-up. You gotta do the stretches. You gotta, stretch your arms out, your legs out, or, warm your muscle up, right? You need to get the brain used to the new activity so that there is a seamless integration, or else your mind will just try to revert you back to your old unproductive self, which is a pretty much useless piece of shit that yields nothing productive, right? Of course, I'm not blaming now. You're not supposed to blame yourself. You're supposed to blame the inputs, right? If you blame yourself, that would be a negative feedback loop, and you would be depressing yourself, and you will be just shooting yourself in the foot. Now, you would, if you try to, go full force without any warm up, if you don't get your brain used to the new activity so that that is a seamless integration, like I said before, your mind will try to revert you back to your old unproductive self, and then you would have to be fighting an uphill battle with it every single day, right? We don't want to make it any harder than it already is. Life is hard. You don't want to make it any harder than it is already. So what you do is you do a slow, seamless integration. You start decreasing the amount of habits, right? The amount of time that you spend on unproductive habits, and then you start slowly increasing the time that you spend on productive habits. For example, let's say you watch porn, for example. That's the worst, right? You watch porn for 1 hour a day. What you do is, it's not 1 hour a day for many people. For many people, there's 60 tabs open, 2 hour long videos. I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck you do, but hey, what you do is you take that time and you start slowly reducing it. 4 hours upon leads to 3, and you take that 1 free hour and you just start, meditating, exercising, 20 minutes of meditation, or even 5 minutes of fucking meditation and 5 minutes of exercise, and 5 push-ups, 5 pull-ups, 5 squats, and 5 sit-ups. You can start with that, right? Slowly, the whole idea is slowly integrated. You basically free up time, and then in that free time, you add in productive habits. Start off with slow, 5 minutes of reading and exercise every single day. When it comes to diet, just cut out the sugary foods slowly out, because the sugary foods are very addictive and they lead to a lot of the negative impacts that you have when it comes to your health, right? Once you slowly start increasing the intensity of the productive habits, then the next thing is to focus on consistency. Just keep it up, right? Keeping it up itself was a huge thing, right? Because the biggest thing that a lot of people face, a lot of people struggle with, including myself, is consistency, right? Pushing through even when it feels fucking terrible. That is what you need to focus on. Focus on consistency. Even if you exercise 5 minutes a day, do it every single fucking day. Do it every 6 days a week, right? You need to keep pushing, even though it feels horrible to do so, since that's what discipline is. Keep it up at least for a month, right? Based on past data, right? Based on, I don't have scientific papers to prove it, but usually they say it takes 21 days for a habit to register fully, right? But let's keep ourselves in the safe zone, do 30 days, right? Keep it up for at least a month. Then what will happen is this will be the new stuff that you're used to doing, right? So basically what you've done is you have rewritten what your normal activities and thought processes look like, right? Because your thoughts frame your identity, right? If you think that you're a piece of shit, then you will behave like a piece of shit, right? The mind always tries to prove what you basically say to it. If you say that you're a piece of shit to yourself, then your brain will start trying to prove that it's true, and it will make you do piece of shit activities like drugs, smoking, porn, masturbation, addictions, and so on. Now, let me talk about another principle that you can hijack to make this process a little bit easier, right? What you do is you hijack the pleasure principle. The pleasure principle is a Freudian theory about pleasure, pain, and how exactly human beings get motivated and so on, right? Now, I'm paraphrasing, by the way. The pleasure principle is all about you seek pleasure and you avoid pain. It's a hack that I've learned to harness over time, right? You need to start associating the productive stuff with pleasure, the long-term pleasure, right? And the unproductive stuff with pain, the pain of regret, the pain of being a fucking diabetic, the pain of being a fat ass, the pain of being a fat fuck, the pain of being a skinny fuck, the pain of being broke, the pain of being unable to provide for your family, the pain of being unable to pay your medical bills properly. You need to borrow money to pay loans and all that shit. The pain of being not able to, pay a mortgage properly or whatever it is, man. The pain of being, leeching off your parents even at the age of 30 or whatever that hurts a lot, hurts the fuck out of you. Associate all the negative habits to that, because what you're doing right now is leading to all these outcomes that you have. If you have low income, then fuck, look at your daily habits. What the fuck do you do every single day? That way you're able to keep yourself on track on a much easier level. If you associate working out every single day with pleasure, right? Okay, if I work out 30 minutes a day, then I can get a six-pack. I'm just giving an example. I'll eventually get a six-pack. I'll look muscular. I'll look fit. I'll look attractive. I can get more pussy, whatever. Just associate that, so that, you feel pleasure, right? Eventually, the gym itself is, going to the gym itself is, another source of dopamine, man. You feel good. You feel motivated, man. It's just another whole level thing, Going to the gym is fucking awesome. I mean, I'm skinny, but I'm on the path of self-improvement, right? I'm not saying that I'm perfect, right? So if you start associating the productive stuff with pleasure and the negative stuff with pain, the unproductive stuff with pain, you're able to keep yourself on track on a much easier level, right? So those are the two key things that I wanted to talk to you about, right? You make a list of all the unproductive, and number one, you make a list of all the unproductive habits that you have, and then you slowly start replacing it with positive habits that yield positive results in your life. Then you hijack the pleasure principle and you associate negative shit with pain and the productive shit with pleasure. With that being said, that's pretty much how you start rewriting your brain, right? That's the exercise that you need to do to start rewriting your mind and start improving your life. So hope this video was useful and hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.